Hi, this is Dave with Miami Valley Gear Guys, and today I want to talk to you about the three basic rainflies that Hennessy makes: the Hex, the Monsoon, and the Explorer. Okay, the rainfly we got going on right here is the Explorer. This is an asymmetrical rainfly, so it's cut not exactly rectangle, but skewed like your hammock is, and it's made to fit the tie outs, match where the tie out points are. You can tie your hammock out directly to the line. I have this staked out separate so that I could show you the difference on how to pull this out. Now, unlike the other rainflies we're going to look at today, this one is connected to the ridge line, and that ridge line is connected to the tree. So the tarp itself is not connected to the tree, but it's connected to the hammock ridge line. And that's not the preferred way of doing it, because that doesn't give you much space there in between your hammock and the tarp, and it really keeps the area tight in there. But if you just bought your Hennessy hammock, this is the way you're going to go, because this is the way, this is the stock rainfly that comes with it, and it's good enough to use. So the first time you're using this, if you're going out in the rain, this is going to work to keep you dry, and you'll have the sides staked down to the ground like this to keep the rain coming out. But if you don't have any rain going on, then you can take these and let those be tied up like that and give yourself a little space to cook there like that. The other way to set up your rainfly is completely independent from the hammock, and you can see they're not connected at all. So the hammock's down here and the rainfly is tied independently, separately to the tree. You can see the hammock is below me and the rainfly is above me. This extra space is really nice when it's raining out. It gives you more room than that Expedition does. If you need to get changed under your hammock, or if you need to get into your gear, or if you want to cook under the hammock. So the Hex rainfly has 4 tie outs to the ground or to other trees, and then 2 to the trees that your hammock is tied to. And if you want to come on with me inside this thing, now we've got this tapered really down to the ground, and this is what I would do to give myself coverage from rain that was coming in. But we can take these stakes out and take a look at what this looks like. It's just going to give us a ridiculous amount of room. Almost enough room for 2 hammocks to squeeze under here, but definitely room for you and your friends to come over and cook by your hammock. And that's what we get a lot of use out of this for. We've had this out in some really heavy rains and it performed really well. Here we've got the hammock spread out a little bit, but we've still got good coverage for some rain. We could have some 45-degree rain coming in at this direction, and we still got enough space comfortably for 4 or 5 guys in their gear to stay under here and cook something to eat. On each of the 4 corners of this catenary cut tarp, we have a string connected to an O-ring here. There's an extra clip on here. And then each corner also has a pocket for you to stuff the cord in. What's going on right here is the Monsoon rainfly. This is your option to protect you from an insane amount of wind and rain coming from every direction. Because it's got full coverage. 360 degrees, counting these blast doors. So it doesn't give you as much space as the Hex does. And a good way to illustrate that, if you can see these 2 stools that I've got under it, we were both sitting under those 2 stools under the Hex rainfly, and now the gray stool is still under the Monsoon with the hammock in the same place, but the red stool is just outside. Now you can have rain coming from all directions because even at the head and the foot you have these blast doors that attach. They clip on right here, both to the top, and then on each side you've got Velcro, and then that Velcro goes down, and then on the other ends you've got these little toggles that go through. So one feature I like about the Monsoon that the other hammocks don't have is you've got a elastic shock cord and a string on all of the 6 pockets along the side, 3 on each side. So you've got both choices to use, and they both fit in this pocket here for storage in between there. So I think that's really good. This is what the blast panels look like. This is a view from inside, and that's the with the blast panels on. And of course you can take those off. And then I'll just take this out. And they detach completely, so you can leave them at home. And then you've just got a Rainfly that gives you really good wind coverage and still gives you great rain coverage. So the way this is set up right now, I have 8 stakes holding that down to the ground, and it's tied out additionally to the tree in both sides. Now with this Monsoon, I'll keep this completely independent from the hammock also. It would be a waste to put it here on the ridge line with the hammock. That's all I wanted to say.